with this forecast step by step as Lala is getting closer. We've got some new video coming in.
That's a cascading waterfall right there. So, Brian, why don't you take on this right now? I'm looking at the satellite presentation. It looks like a mullet hurricane. It's business on the east side. On the west side, it's a chaotic mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, although, you know, Bob, just in the last hour, take a look at my satellite. Yeah, that's an impressive waterfall.
You like it, right?
You can imagine the amount of water falling up on those mountains, and all that's got to come downhill in a big hurry. Because if you go to Hilo, I mean, the mountains go up right behind the town. I mean, all along that coast. They're right there. So it feels like it's vertical that water's coming down. All right, look at this satellite. Look down here. Look at this blowing up on the west side here. And it looks almost circular again, doesn't it? Now, sometimes you can get fooled. You know, is it trying to wrap up? And all right, so I'm going to talk about that more in a second. But let's look up here at the 7 o'clock update from the National Hurricane Center. 75-mile-an-hour winds is the estimate. It's still Hurricane Lala and moving northwest at 8. So if you see the track here, you just take the average of all those squiggles, kind of a northwestward movement. If it keeps this up on this track, it's going to miss the south point, so it's not going to be the only hurricane in the modern record book to make landfall, because it's not going to make landfall, but it's jogging around and up and down. So we'll see, but I think the odds favor it not making landfall, and they're still estimating the pressure at 988 because the dynamics of the storm really haven't changed very much. All right, let's look at this close up. It's still sunny there in Hawaii, so we can see exactly what's going on. And you can see that the eye is cloud filled, and we'll look at why that is in a moment. We also can see this, looks like it's trying to wrap around. This is trying to wrap around here. But look at this. This is what's really important for the weather on the Big Island. This is a kind of an eye wall feature with very strong winds now pushing in over the southern part of the Big Island. I mean, they're really pounded. Not that the winds aren't strong farther north. They are, because the mountains kind of squeeze the winds and make the winds strong. But on the southern end, they're getting this torrential rain and this fire hose going in there along with the hurricane force winds, especially aloft up the mountain just a little bit. But let's zoom in here and look and see exactly what we can see. So first of all, here's that feature I was talking about. It's almost an eye-wall-y kind of feature that's coming into this part of Hawaii. But the winds, as you know, are coming in like this, and then they run into the mountain, so they get diverted like this. So look at this feature here kind of coming down. That originally kind of punched a hole in the western side of the eye, disrupted the eye, stopped what looked like an intensification process. Now, is it possible, because sometimes when hurricanes come up to land, if they come up at just the right angle, the friction with the land, it can actually intensify them right before they make landfall in the Gulf of Mexico, for example. So I'm wondering if that's happening here, and we're actually seeing this trying to wrap up a little bit with a little bit tighter eye. There's so much chaos going on there. I'm not saying this is going to intensify into something more significant or much more significant, but it is the question we don't know the answer to is this circulation going to survive its encounter with these mountains? As of right now, it seems like it, but I'm not 100% sure about that. All right, let's look at more stuff here. This is the radar velocity. So this is what we use in severe weather to determine where there might be tornadoes and other kinds of looks at severe weather. In this area here, I measured about 70 to 80 miles per hour at about 3,000 feet. So there's still hurricane force-y kind of winds in there. But the main thing I want you to notice here is, let's go close up on that and look at this feature here with the strongest winds coming right in here to this coast, along with this band coming in here. Now, the radar doesn't see all the winds because you have the mountains and the terrain and everything else affecting what it can see. But what this is telling you is that this entire coast in here on the Big Island is getting pounded right now with wind. and no doubt hurricane force winds aloft, probably not hurricane force winds down at the ground. But in fact, we have our first hurricane force wind measurement that I've seen on the ones that we've been tracking here, 70 miles per hour. Now, what's happening here is the wind is coming in this way, as you saw Mike Seidel a few minutes ago, right near Hilo. Not that windy there because you have the terrain blocking it. But then what happens to the air? It goes around this way and gets squeezed up there. So that's why we have these gusts here, and then it gets squeezed down here as well. And that's why we have these gusts here up into the 60s, 50s, and 60s on the south side. There's a 60 way up the hill from Hilo. Here you can see where the strongest winds are. And look, they're right there on that southern coast. And here you can see, look how they split. Look at the reds up here and the reds down here, and then here is the calm area back here. So it's really messy with the hurricane and the mountains and what's going to happen in the future. We'll look at that in detail in a second. Same thing is happening over on Maui. You have a big mountain right in the middle, so you get the stronger winds on both the north and south side. Up here on Molokai, also gusting up to 46. All of the Hawaiian Islands are going to have pretty good gusts. Right now, not too much. On Oahu, we were gusting up there near 40 earlier, so it just depends on when a band comes on through. Here's the radar, and again, now look at this. Doesn't this look more round in here? This kind of eye-ish kind of feature, but you see where the strongest cells are. They're on this side, but they do kind of wrap around like it's trying to make an eye there, and it might be that it's moved far enough past the mountains that now the mountain deflection issue is not tearing it apart so much. So it's over the warm water. Maybe we're getting a little bit of a wrapped up eye there. It's just, we just don't run into these kind of things because even in the Caribbean, you don't normally have the hurricanes going directly into the island. You usually have them paralleling the island in some kind of fashion. So we don't have this exact kind of scenario. But look at this here. Look at right in there, hang on just a second and let me hit the right thing. Right there, watch the reds just pile up in there. That's rain piling up all in the face of this mountain because the wind is blowing it in, these very strong winds, and then it hits the mountain. So what happens? It goes up, and then it turns into rain, and so it falls back down, and this whole area, the rain is piling up. We'll have to see what the latest figures are, but I've seen 16 inches and more already, and the center isn't even past this mountain enhancement phase of it yet. All right, and then the other thing to notice is that, I remember the winds we talked about? Okay, coming in here, going around the island, and then what happens? Well, what happens is it tends to create low pressure back in here. It's a lee side low. Lee side meaning the non-windward side, the leeward side. And so you get lee side low kind of in here, and the question is, does this die out and then the whole thing kind of reform over here? Might that happen, or is this just going to survive and it gets kind of absorbed into this over here, but we can actually track it? We're going to see, because it's going to be just going to be close. It looks like right now the main thing is going to survive and go on south of the island. So here's the track from the Hurricane Center. The idea on the earlier advisory, this would be the 5 o'clock Eastern Time advisory, was that about an hour from now, it would make its closest approach. I think it's going to take a little longer than that. It's because it's been moving more slowly, but the idea should be the same here. Just the timing might be off a little bit. So we have hurricane force gusts and tropical storm force winds here, as hurricane force gusts at elevation, tropical storm force winds at the surface in the yellow, hurricane force gusts at the surface here, so hurricane force sustained at elevation in that southern half of the big island. Okay, let's go forward in time here. Let me get rid of those. And here we are, 11 p.m. tonight, Hawaii time. This is early morning Eastern time over the winds are over, kind of peaking over Maui and Molokai, and then moving in toward Oahu early tomorrow morning, and then moving through across Oahu during the day morning tomorrow, so that by 9 a.m. that's where we are, and then moving on out tomorrow evening Hawaii time to where what we're left with is some moisture on the backside here, but the winds should be dying down by the time in Hawaii time we get past tomorrow. So this is kind of wrapping up, and it's going to be really interesting these next few hours to see how those mountains and the center and the lee side low pressure system all work together, and what we end up with when we get to the morning. Guys?
All right, Bryan, thank you so much. Great stuff as always. And the radar picture, pretty amazing as that rain just gets amassed on that east side.
Yeah, conditions only going to get worse, especially as it spreads further out towards the west. So, Bryan, thanks so much. You've been with us since the early morning hours, and we'll keep you here as long as you're willing to stay up.
Go get you a coffee, my friend.
Yeah.
We'll check back in with you in a bit.